Look at the massive, illuminated exterior of this structure. It stands as one of the most significant architectural monuments constructed in the modern era. Almost immediately upon opening, it had to accommodate tens of thousands gathering daily, absorbing an immense concentration of human traffic and heavy cultural expectation. When we rapidly construct modern cities today, the priority is pure utility and commerce. We build fast, efficient towers to maximize square footage. The architects here faced a completely different problem. Their task was to take a deeply abstract, ancient belief system and somehow engineer it into a heavy, highly functional physical space. This requirement for a specific cultural essence meant the new design had to seamlessly lock into the historical gravity of the surrounding riverbanks. To match that historical weight, the engineering team was handed an incredibly severe structural mandate: guarantee that the building will stand entirely on its own for at least 1,000 years. Achieving a millennium of stability meant making a radical choice at the blueprint stage. They completely banned the use of highly relied upon modern materials like structural steel and iron from the design. Stripping away those modern building crutches created a massive design vacuum. The only way forward was to reach back and revive a mathematically proven, centuries-old logic of architecture. Without a steel skeleton, the entire load-bearing responsibility falls to highly specific materials, primarily massive, dense blocks of carved pink sandstone. As this diagram shows, building this way relies entirely on physical mechanics. Each stone is carved with precise geometry, so it interlocks directly with its neighbors. Immense downward gravity creates a friction seal so tight that the building stabilizes itself. Iron and steel were deliberately excluded because of a simple chemical vulnerability. Over centuries, iron oxidizes. When it rusts, it expands, and that internal pressure slowly cracks the surrounding stone from the inside out. The result is a fascinating logistical juxtaposition. Massive, modern industrial cranes execute a mortarless, ancient masonry technique on an epic scale. Taking away steel is a calculated engineering choice. By removing the specific materials most likely to fail over time, the architects use limitation to guarantee structural immortality. The specific architectural framework used to organize all this stone is the traditional Nagara style. This floor plan maps the strict horizontal geometry of the Nagara style, organizing consecutive halls perfectly aligned along a central axis. This layout acts as a psychological funnel, naturally controlling the chaotic flow of crowds and physically guiding their movement continuously inward. Along that path, the structural supports do double duty. The pillars bear the immense downward weight of the roof, while simultaneously acting as deeply carved canvases for cultural storytelling. Once you reach the central focal point, the geometry shifts sharply upward. The towering spire, the shikara, draws the eye up, establishing a sudden sense of immense scale against the sky. This specific construction style, the Nirmana Shaili, operates like a finely tuned machine built of stone, designed specifically to dictate human focus and manifest the site's deeper essence. When you step back from the raw engineering of the individual joints and look at the unified macrostructure, you see a rare masterclass in architectural translation. It takes abstract faith and grounds it in an undeniable physical reality. The modern generations of engineers and artisans who designed and assembled it are by nature temporary, but the material they chose to leave behind operates on a completely different timeline. The absolute strictness of the construction style, the Nirmana Shaili, is the exact mechanical reason its unique identity will survive. Long after all our current blueprints and digital records degrade, this monument will continue to communicate the deep structural essence of a civilization, speaking entirely through the silent, universal logic of stone.